So now we'll see the resistance in parallel. Resistance in parallel. So this is the diagram. This is the diagram. This is the R. So this is R1, this is R2, this is R3, and this is the voltage that we have applied. Okay, so this is the current I flowing through it. So this is the point 1, this is point 2. Okay, so in parallel resistance, what is the condition when two or more resistors are connected in such fashion that one terminal of each resistance is connected at one point. So what is the meaning of this sentence? That one terminal of each resistance. So this is the first terminal of every resistance that is connected at single point, and the another terminal that is connected at the one point. So two or more resistors are connected in such fashion that one terminal of each resistance is connected at one point of the voltage and the other terminal is connected to the second point of the circuit. So the resistors are in parallel connection. So this is the connection, parallel connection. So what happens here? The voltage throughout the circuit remains constant. In parallel, voltage remains constant, and the current, so here the current flowing through this and through this will get different. So they will get divided. So this will be I1, this will be I2, and this will be I3. So here voltage remains constant throughout and the current gets divided in I1, I2, I3. So now we have to, so here what has divided? Current has got divided, and in series voltage was divided. So we derived expression for voltage, but now here current is divided. So according to Ohm's law, V is equal to I R. So voltage is constant, and now we have to calculate I. So what we'll do? We'll transfer here R. So V by R is equal to I. So for I1 is equal to, so now we can see here in diagram, I1 is flowing through this R1. So from here, I1 is equal to, V is constant, so we will be V and this will be R1. For I2, V and this will be R2 because I2 is flowing from R2. I3, V will be the constant and R3. So now I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, that is total current. Okay, so I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So we'll put the values. I1 is equal to V by R1 plus I2 is equal to V by R2 and I3 is equal to V by I3. Okay, so this is the value of I. So here V is constant, so we can take it out. So I is equal to V is constant, we'll take it out. 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So what is this? This is R. Okay. So in parallel resistance, you can see here, this is the value of R. So in parallel resistance, 1 upon R. So we'll compare this first with Ohm's law. So here V is equal to IR, and now I is equal to V by R. Okay. Are you comparing this equation and this equation? So this is our Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. If we take R this side, so this will be the equation I is equal to V by R. So from here I is equal to I, V is equal to V, and R is 1 by R. So 1 by R is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So if we have to calculate the resistance in parallel connection, then this is the formula. Okay, and if we have to calculate the resistance in series, then what was the formula in last expression? R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. And this is for resistance in parallel and this is resistance in series. So we'll see the numericals in next lecture. So in this lecture what we learned, first one is introduction and a law of resistance, Ohm's law, resistance in series, resistance in parallel. So what we'll do, we'll start the next lecture we'll start the numericals. Okay, so what are the formulas that you have to remember? First one is resistance formula, R is equal to rho L upon A, where R is the resistance, rho is resistivity, L is the length, A is area of cross section. Second one, Ohm's law. What does it say? V is equal to I R. That means the potential difference in voltage, potential difference between 2 points is directly proportional to the current when the physical condition, when the temperature is kept constant. So we have to remember this formula. And third one is for the series connection, R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. And for parallel connection, we have derived this formula for R. Okay, we have derived the formula for resistance. So for parallel, 1 by R is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So now starting with the practical cases of series and parallel connection. So where the series and parallel connection is used, or what are the practical cases we are going to see. Okay, so now first is parallel connection. So we know where or in parallel connection what is constant. So the voltage throughout the circuit is constant. In parallel connection, voltage is constant and current gets divided. These connections or parallel connections are used in house lighting, factory lighting, the connection of various points, lamps and bulbs, fans, tubes, you can see in the diagram. So for here, the above points should receive the same voltage of 230 volts. Okay, so that this all points must they require same voltage, so we connect this all in parallel connection. So the voltage throughout the circuit is constant and our all points must get same voltage. Okay, so here in diagram you can see L stands for the lamps, T stands for the tubes, P stands for the plug points, S are the switches, F is the fan and T is the television. Okay, so just understand in parallel connection voltage is constant and our household equipments require 230 volts. Okay, so we use the parallel connection. Now moving to the series connection. So series connection, so you can see the diagram of series connection. So these are basically used for the decorative lightings, is the example of series connection. So in series what it happens, what is constant? So here current is constant and voltage gets divided. So here the voltage gets divided according to our requirement. So here 6 or 8 volts or small rating volt bulbs cannot be connected directly to 230 volt supply. So these bulbs cannot directly be connected in 230 volt supply. So what we do, so we connect it in series so that voltage get distributed. Okay, so here L1, L2, L3, L4 are the lamps that are connected in series, as you can see in the diagram. So we have seen the basic concepts, we have seen the Ohm's law, what is resistance, conductor. So now we will start with our numericals. So numericals are very easy, just we have to remember the formula. Okay, and what are the values given and what we have to find out. Just we have to remember or you have to understand this and you have to remember the formulas. And if you solve it correct, you will get out of marks. So there are many chances to get out of marks than the theory from the numericals. So try to attend the numericals and they are very easy. So we know the Ohm's law and the formula is V is equal to I R. So you have to remember this formula, V is equal to I R. Now a resistance, we saw R indicates, or R is for resistance R, L is for length in meter. So in numericals the units are the important. So if our length is not in meter, we have to convert it in meter. Okay, so our length is in meter, area of cross section is in square meter. Okay, so A is for area of cross section, L is for length, R is for resistance, and this is resistivity or specific resistance. Don't get confused, the both terms are similar. So this is for resistivity or specific resistance. So from this formula we derived for the resistivity value. So this is the formula for the resistivity. So from here R is measured in terms of ohm, area in meter square as we discussed here, length in meter. So this m and this m will get cancelled, 1 m, and our resistivity unit will be ohm meter. Okay, so we saw the series and parallel connection. So in series connection, how is the series connection? So these are the resistance connected. So the resistance are connected in this manner. The last end of the first terminal is connected to the first end of the second terminal. So in this, what you have to remember, in this we calculate resistance by just adding them. R is equal to total resistance. So this is first resistance, this is second resistance. Then how the total resistance is calculated? R is equal to R1 plus R2. Okay, and in this, in the series connection, current is same. Current is same throughout the circuit, but the voltages are divided. So for the voltages we derive formula from Ohm's law. Current is similar. Current is similar throughout the circuit. So this I is constant. So for voltage V1, so the voltage gets divided in resistance. How many resistance are there? Then that much voltage will get divided. So for the first resistance, voltage value will be, so we'll denote that voltage by V1 is equal to I is constant, so current will be the same, and R1 for the first resistance. Now for second resistance, voltage will be V2, R2, so this is V2. So now current is constant and resistance R2. So this we derived from Ohm's law. So now if we have to calculate the total voltage, then we just have to, V is equal to, add these two voltages, V1 plus V2. Okay, this is for series connection. So in series connection, what you have to remember? Current is similar, current is constant throughout the circuit, and voltage is divided. And in parallel connection, voltage is similar. In parallel, voltage is constant and current gets divided. Okay, so in parallel connection, how we find resistance? So resistance is 1 upon R is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. So here it is simply R is equal to R1 plus R2, but here it's 1 upon R is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Up to how many our resistance are connected. So this will be the last resistance value here. Okay. So now current from this Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. I is equal to V divided by R. So here current get divided. So for R1 resistance, I1 will be the current. So I1 is equal to V divided by R1. And similarly for I2, V divided by R2. V, because V is constant. Here I is constant. Okay, have you understood this? So these are the formulas that we require. So we'll start with our numericals. So this is our first example. So we'll first read the question. So the question is, determine the resistance of a conductor having 1 square millimeter cross sectional area and 15 meter long. Okay. The specific resistance of conductor material is 1.75 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. So we have to first write the given data. So we will write the given. So here we have the resistance of conductor having 1 mm, that means 1 square millimeter cross sectional area. So we know the cross sectional area. So cross sectional area is given by A is equal to 1 mm square. Okay. So 1 mm square, they have given the cross sectional area and the 15 meter long. So length is given, that is 15 meter. Okay. The specific resistance, so this is the rho. Specific resistance of the conductor material is 1.75 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. So now we'll check the units. So area of cross section is given in square millimeter, but what we want in what unit we want the area in? Just square meter. That means we have to convert 1 square millimeter into meter square. So this will be the conversion. So we have to just multiply it by 10 raised to minus 6. So 1 into 10 raised to minus 6 meter square. So have you understood this? If the area is in square millimeter, then we have to convert it into square meter. Then how will convert it into square meter? We will just multiply it by 10 raised to minus 6. Then our area of cross section is converted into meter square. Length is in meter, that is correct. And this is the value of rho. Now the formula, we know what is R is equal to rho L by A. So now we have to just put the values. So what they have said, determine the resistance. So we have to find this resistance. So R is equal to, what is the value of rho? 1.75 into 10 raised to minus 8 into length is 15 meter divided by, what is the area? So area we have calculated here, 1 into 10 raised to minus 6. So this is the mathematical, we have to solve it. So now this will be into 15 and this will be 10 raised to minus 2. Okay, then when you solve it, the answer is 0.2625 ohm. So you have to solve this, multiply this, do this conversion, and answer will be this 0.2625. Just check once the answer is correct or not. So here first you multiply this. Okay, then this 10 raised to minus 6 will go upward, then it will be 10 raised to 6. Because when it goes upwards or in multiplication, it becomes plus. If it's minus, then it will become plus. And multiplication, these both powers will get added. So minus 8 plus 6, it will be minus 2. So our power will be 10 raised to minus 2. And this answer is 26.25. And this 10 raised to minus 2. So 26.25. This 2 zeros, because of 10 raised to minus 2, will get shifted here. So 0.2625 will be our answer. Okay. So now to the next example. So they have given the wire is having diameter of 0.355 mm. That means now here they have given the diameter. So from this diameter we have to find the area of cross section. So we have the formula cross sectional area A. It has formula pi by 4 into d square. So we have to insert here d value. So value of d is given here in 0.355. So pi value our is 3.14 divided by 4 into what is d, 0.355 square. So when you solve this, then our answer is 0.0989 mm square. So our area is in square millimeter. So we have to convert this in similar in above example what we did. So area, I'll write here. So area is equal to 0.0989 mm square. So now we have to convert it into square meter. So what we have to do, we have to just multiply it by 10 raised to minus 6. So 0.0989 into 10 raised to minus 6 will be our area. So here given is area. We have calculated it through this formula. This is the cross sectional area formula. Resistivity of wire material is 5.2. So they have given the resistivity, that means rho. That is a 5.2 into 10 raised to minus 9 ohm meter. And here L is given, length is 100 meter. From this, what we have to find now? Find the resistance of wire. So we know the formula R is equal to rho L upon A. Now just put the value. R is equal to rho is 5.2 into 10 raised to minus 9 into length is 100 divided by area of cross section that we have calculated, 0.0989 into 10 raised to minus 6. So after solving this, the answer you will get is 5.258 ohm. Okay, so you have to solve this. Okay, and then you will get this answer. So now moving to the third example. So this example is based on Ohm's law. Okay. So now what this the example says, the voltage of 0.5 kV, voltage is of 0.5 kV. So you have to write here given. So voltage V is 0.5 kV. Is applied across a load which takes current of 50 ampere. So I will be the current 50 ampere, and find the resistance of load. And what to find? R is equal to question mark. So our voltage must be in volts, but here it is in kilovolts. So what we have to do? We have to convert this kilovolts into volts. So to convert this, we have to multiply it by 1000. So in last, what we did to square millimeter, what if we have to convert the square millimeter into square meter, we multiplied by 10 raised to minus 6. Now here the conversion is from kilovolts to volts, so we have to multiply it by 1000. So voltage is equal to 0.5 into 1000 volt. Okay, so now we have the formula V is equal to I R. And what we have to find? R. So from this formula we'll get the R value, V by I. R is equal to V by I. Okay, now we'll substitute the values here. So 0.5 into 1000 divided by what is current? 50 ampere. So here if we multiply this by 1000, then what will be the answer? 500 divided by 50. So our answer will be 10 ohm. So resistance is 10 ohm. So now what I hope you know this rule. If we have to multiply it by positive value, that means we have to shift the zeros towards the right side, but the value is 10 raised to minus 3 or something, then we have to shift the zero or shift the point towards the left. Okay, so now here it is 0.5 into 10 raised to 3. So so this point will be shifted 3 times. So this is the 5. This point will come here, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Here will be our point shifted from here 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is 500 and this is our